Uber is getting into the grocery delivery business. What's up, rideshare and delivery drivers? Brandon Sellers here from Gridwise, bringing you some more breaking news, really. Here, we talked about earlier in the week Uber purchasing Postmates $2.6 billion as Uber tries to double down on food delivery. Well, now we are seeing Uber really tripling down on food delivery by adding more grocery delivery options into their arsenal here. They're going to be really expanding, starting in Miami and Dallas, into grocery delivery, really directly competing with Instacart, directly competing with Shipt. Right? So this actually all really started last year when Uber bought a Chilean startup called Corner Shop, one of the most successful Chilean startups ever. They purchased them for $459 billion, or purchased a 51% majority stake, I should say, and then for $459 billion or $1 million, putting them at a valuation of almost $1 billion there, with the plans of using the infrastructure and the technology behind Corner Shop to expand not only in South America, but in Central America, but also in the United States. And so they have actually faced a number of regulatory issues in Chile and Mexico. I'm sure in the United States things haven't been super easy. So they faced some challenges that has actually slowed them down. I think they actually would have loved to be launched and actually expanding even deeper inside the United States at this point, but they're not quite there. So what you're going to be seeing again later in this month actually is Corner Shop launching in Miami and Dallas with a very, very, very tight Uber partnership there. So Uber customers are going to be able to just order, I believe, right from the Uber app. They're going to be able to order groceries just like they would order Instacart. And drivers will actually, from what I'm hearing, they will actually need to sign up for the Corner Shop app separately and basically be kind of Corner Shop drivers for now, in order to deliver for Corner Shop. That's what we're hearing at least. And that's supposed to take place and be available again for drivers in Miami and Dallas at the end of this month, with plans to expand pretty quickly after that. So what does this mean for drivers, really? So honestly, overall, I think we always say, okay, Uber's not doing anything out of the goodness of their heart, so it's obviously going to be great for them in some way. They're not just doing things to help drivers. Obviously, taking over the food delivery market is going to be good for their revenue and then for their bottom line. But this should be good for drivers. I mean, it's never a bad thing for there to just be purely more demand for drivers. It gives drivers a lot more options, really. So if you're an Uber driver now, you should easily be able to do obviously rideshare. You should be able to easily do Uber Eats, and then soon you should be able to easily also do grocery. Again, it sounds like it's starting off in two different apps, but I imagine that experience is going to unify sooner rather than later, at least on the driver side of things, right? So it's going to be good because Uber is going to then be obviously pushing for demand for grocery, right? And that should expand the total market, give everyone more opportunity to get to do grocery delivery, right? So I mean, the thing that's nice about Uber, and really what Uber does for drivers, is, I mean, anyone can go out and say, okay, I'm going to drive you around, but from a marketing standpoint, you don't have any customers. So Uber kind of does the marketing for us there as drivers. And here they're going to do the same thing. They're going to start to do marketing for this, this grocery delivery service. There should start to be a lot of demand there. So I think that's going to be good. Also, delivery options are great because, one, it's safer in a COVID-19 world. It's not going away in a COVID-19 world either, right? So if you get really, really good at food delivery and grocery delivery, and you're making a lot of money off of that, if there's a second wave or the continuation of this wave, that's not going to just disappear if everything locks down, because restaurants are still going to be open, grocery stores are still going to be open. People would, if anything, just order more, right? So you kind of can insulate yourself a little bit from that possibility of rideshare just disappearing. Not to mention, from a bottom line perspective, we honestly haven't done this analysis, but I know from a top of the line, grocery delivery drivers make pretty close to what Uber drivers make. You can think it from an hourly standpoint. You know, maybe grocery delivery drivers make about $2 less. That's not bad. I mean, especially if you can get some pretty decent tips, right? And the reason that's not bad is because you are not driving around nearly as much. You're not going to have the same level of gas and just vehicle and maintenance expenses as a Uber or a rideshare driver. I don't even think, I mean, you could get a much worse car and still do, you know, Instacart and Postmates, DoorDash and things like that profitably, right? So, you know, that's really good if these grocery delivery continues to expand, because that's going to be profitable demand for gig workers, for drivers. So there's a lot of good in this. I'm having a hard time thinking about anything bad or anything that could be a con. I mean, I guess you want to just, of course, make sure you're still diversified. Let's not go all in on Uber, the entire Uber ecosystem here. But good thing, Uber is going to be doing marketing. It's going to hopefully increase the amount of people that are doing grocery delivery, as they hopefully increase the amount of people that are going to be doing food delivery. It's a safer option for drivers. It's a more profitable option for drivers when you factor in expenses. So a lot of good here. Expect Miami and Dallas to be at the end of this month, and then expect things to accelerate pretty quickly after that. I think this is a great thing for drivers. Look out for this, drivers. This is going to be a really awesome service for you. I really think so. I don't always, if you watch all my videos, I don't always give Uber props, but props for this, for creating more really safe demand. Good stuff.